crowds roam the halls of rundown hour-rate motels, wearing diapers as dirty as the garbage in the alley where they play. They giggle as they chase rats while mom is making a drug buy or meeting her next trick. Are the political pundits, scholars, and think tanks of today talking about my grandmother, or the street hustlers when they pontificate on how to alleviate poverty? Which poor are we discussing in the halls of Congress, Ivy League colleges, or multi-million-dollar churches? A paralytic? A drug addict? Or perhaps folks like my mom and dad? Dad worked hard to provide for his wife and 5 children on a military paycheck. After 25 years of Air Force service, Dad retired, completed a master's degree in education, and taught elementary school until cancer disabled him 10 years before his death at age 69. Mom spent her working life as a domestic, hairdresser, seamstress, correctional facility house parent, and now, at age 72, a horticulturalist for an exporter of seasonal flowers. Standing barely 5 feet tall, Mother, as she demanded us 5 children address her, is the most financially content person I know. She has never made more than $10 an hour. Yet, when I talk with her about political debates over a government-mandated livable wage, she laughs and says that people ought not complain about whatever they get. I think her attitude reflects the fact that my mom really enjoys the creative freedom she finds working for small business owners, and she knows that they cannot pay a lot. Of the 9 children, my mother learned as a young'un that more than anything else, poverty is a state of mind. Her father showed her by example how to live free. Buy property and a gun was his edict. His faith and convictions told him free men have a right to own property and to protect it. Only 1 generation from slavery, my granddaddy bought enough land in 1905 that today all of his children and grandchildren can retire in Travelers Rest, South Carolina, without a mortgage. My personal lot is 2.5 acres. My mom's upbringing conditioned her to believe people should be free to live as they choose without imposed restraints. At age 69, when she found out that in order to collect Social Security she would have to cut her work hours to part-time, she was furious. To recover the Social Security payroll taxes the government had been taking from every one of her paychecks for the last 50 years, they could dictate when and how much she would work? "Oh, no, they won't," she threatened once. "I'll vote Republican." Discovering that her retirement came with a heavy price tag in the form of government control was a real slap in the face. She would genuinely miss her work. I had seen how my mom's countenance would brighten during snowy New Jersey winters as she looked upon the thousands of poinsettia plants her tender loving care had nurtured. The plants were ready for the grand moment of shipping all across the state. They would arrive in time for the Christmas sales. I think my mom missed that feeling of accomplishment much more than the loss of pay she had to endure in order to receive $700 a month from Social Security. A year into receiving her government retirement checks, some of the changes in Social Security made by Congress helped my mom reinstate her work hours, but we shouldn't be fooled. These changes were simply manipulating the return of what was hers from the beginning. Though the talking heads on Capitol Hill touted it as real solutions for the elderly, in reality, it was just another shameful display of the kind of control politicians have over other people's money. War on poverty. The culture of compassion, hand in hand with a willing media, offers many varied descriptions of the poor today, so much so that guilt and pity have become mechanisms for wealth redistribution, and compassion is a political platform upon which to run for office. But do we even know who we are trying to save? Which poor is government to redeem? Are they all the same?